What is up? It's your boy Maz tuning in with you this morning. This is Outside of the Box Thinking, episode number 10. And for those that are new to the channel, on this channel I'll share with you the benefits of your fitness, your business, and your mindset, the way that you're living, your spirituality, and how they're all tied together. What better way to do it than to share it with y'all? Man, I got some amazing stuff to share with you this morning. It is 5:34 and it's early. I'm on the way to this job right now. I've been at the same site. We're getting done with a flip, and my team's been executing the clean, helped restore these windows as well. And it's been a phenomenal project. Last about 2 weeks actually for my section of doing the thing. And the guy that's doing the project, we ended up becoming friends essentially, getting to do multiple projects together, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Just gathering those connections and being of value to multiple people, which allows me to stumble into my next topic here, right? So, like when I was telling you, similar to what I was discussing, coming across people in your lifetime, people that we've known as strangers, now we to get to know them actually. It just, if we do the things that we have to with giving value and giving value and giving value over and over and over again, it allows us to be more intentional with ourselves as to how we're waking up and showing up for ourselves. And it goes both ways, right? We can do the opposite, is also true. But when we do the thing, and the thing being of value to others and being of value to ourselves, start to peer into a side of ourselves that we aspire to grow and aspire to mold into. And it's similar to how an artist is putting together an art piece, putting together that vision that they see in their mind's eye or in their physical eyes. For those that are familiar with creating art, and I love art, I love doing things with my hands, doing things with my beingness. That has allowed me to really step into this reality. And it's an interesting time that we live in right now because we have things such as technology, these artificial intelligence, that are going to be able to be more logical, more left-minded than us humans are in a conscious moment. But not many people are realizing the synchronicity between the left and the right of the brains. The right side is going to be more creative, more illogical, more, I guess, irrational, emotional way of responding, like the being responding. But there is that missing piece of realizing that it's the synchronization between the two is really what allows you to be you. And is there that in AI? I think a lot of people may say yes, may argue yes, but it is based off of code, it's based off of a large language model that allows these things to function. And that brings me back full circle with what I was talking about with being of value. I'm on the road right now, on I-25, and as I drive down this road, I start to realize that it's pretty packed for what it used to be at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. There's a lot of busy people out here on the road, and it is a Wednesday. I mean, it's not like it's Friday or anything, but there's a lot of people out here. I'm amongst dentists, I'm amongst nurses, I'm amongst workers, I'm amongst brothers, sisters, fathers, uncles, whoever, all these people on the path somewhere. We're all going somewhere. Some are going to these locations that they'll just show up because they've been showing up Monday through Friday for the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And they'll just show up because somebody has told them they have to show up. Because they have to in their mind, they've been telling us. We all tell ourselves a story in our mind. But we've been realizing that, or some realize, some don't, that we just show up because we're programmed to. But in the actual moment of agreeing that, yes, we're going to be doing this, all the way till we show up to the event, we're always telling ourselves, like, yes, this is what we're doing, on a subconscious level, mind you. But being cautious or conscious of aware what we're doing, as to what we are achieving, hoping to achieve from going to an event or showing up for whoever we told we would show up for. Man, this is rough. Man, this is rough. Fuck this. This traffic is nuts, man. All right, I'm getting out of this. Give me 1 second, y'all. This is gnarly. Give me un momento, un momento, un momento, un momento. Brother can't even merge into the toll. Here we go. All right. This person is driving like an idiot. Jeez, bro. You gotta. All right. Back to the topic. Back to the topic of showing up. Like similar to that, bro. Similar to that, what I just experienced. It's so crowded. Is what I'm getting at. That's the main point. That made me get to my main point. I feel like I was dancing around the subject. It's gonna get crowded when going throughout life, from one thing to another to another to another. When we're on a journey to a common place, physically, you see all these people. There's a lot of people now in Colorado, and I honestly want to get the fuck out of here. It's annoying me. So, getting out of here, I'm going somewhere else. Going somewhere where we can enjoy the view, enjoy wherever we're looking to go and get out of. I'm starting to realize that there's just so much I gotta get over. I should probably get over now. Yeah, let me get over real quick. All right. Damn, son, I'm gonna get this shit done quick. There we go. All right. This is the nature of the beast. Shoot, I don't know if I have my business phone with me. Well, shit. I took that was whatever. We're gonna get it all done today. We all get it done today. Woo! I'm gonna edit this video. A lot of these videos can be edited anyways, but typically I'm able to get at least some decent thoughts out before having to do my thing on the road. There's just so many people out right now. I'm not used to all this. A lot of these people that are out here right now are up early. It is the late night, man. But whew, I'm not really feeling this crowd. I'd much rather be at the gym at 6 a.m. than just be on the road and driving somewhere. But going back to my original thought, when we're going to these places, there's a lot of people doing common things, and there's going to be a lot of traffic. There's going to be a lot of flow to these common areas. But as we go to areas that are less common internally and turn the attention to the unseen world, and we shift ourselves to intention, who I like to call it, then we start to realize that we can go into places where most people cannot go. And that traffic, that traffic's going to allow us to gauge that, or the least, the not the traffic, but the lack thereof, will allow us to see that there's not many people that are being intentional, not many people that are able to reverse the focus to the inner world. So I use this and I say this to say, turn our focus back inward, turn our focus back towards the space that allows us to go into those untapped areas of our psyche. And when we go there, we start to notice that we have shackled ourselves with the limitations that others have placed upon us, and that we've ultimately placed upon ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we have control over what we allow ourselves to experience, what we allow ourselves to go through in this day to day, right? So there's a few things that I've experienced recently that that I've been going about, especially when I take a break from smoking marijuana. I smoke marijuana, just full transparency, and I took a hit this morning. Some of these are going to be, my thoughts, my expressions, my feelings, my ways of sharing the philosophy that I'm ultimately experiencing in this world. Some of us will choose to share our thoughts, some of us won't. And the reason why I'd like to share is because there's more value of being open and sharing than closed off and not sharing. Mind you, there's certain information that we should keep to ourselves, 100%. This is crazy. I know where to go now without even looking at the address and looking it up. Like I'm pretty much doing this by heart now. That's how many times I've been to this property. Nuts, 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 nuts. But as I'm starting to tap into these different realms of things and whatnot, it's made me realize how messy the outside has become. Because I'm being more intentional. Therefore, I'm being more intentional. Therefore, I'm being more present. But then there's times where I don't become more intentional. I don't become more present. And those times are when I get caught up in things that are very low vibrational, very low frequency emotions. Those things would be that being sad, being depressed, being fearful, being jealous, being disappointed. And using the philosophy of power versus force, I've realized that conscious level, that spectrum, if you guys are familiar with the book Power versus Force, or if you're not familiar with it, there's power in that spectrum. So they have the low vibration, they have the high vibration. And as we go about this spectrum, as we go up, we reach the highest level, which is essentially God consciousness. But I don't believe there's anybody that can be at that level. Of course, we are creations. We are a mirror of God, Allah, and He is in us. He is everywhere. God is everywhere. I feel like as humans, we have no way to really depict God, so we use He as a way to depict God. It's interesting because what I used to think about, I'm going on a tangent now. I used to think about that. I guess this whole thing is a tangent in itself. I used to think about that. Oh, okay. I used to think about that myself as to what is really going on when people are doing their day to day thing. Are these people intentional? Are these people being of value, or are they just kind of doing the thing? Are they just chilling? There's a lot of people that are just doing the thing, just chilling. I'm not one of those people. Sometimes I can get into that spectrum, and it's a fine line, right? It's a fine line between consumer and producer or creator, because we all are creators. Some are just creating on a different level than others. As much as that is true, the opposite is true, that some aren't creating on a level. They're also just consuming on a huge, huge, vast level. Which, be aware of that. I can make a video on that as well, outside the box thinking, as to how to be aware of when you're in that consumer state and not becoming a person of value. So, and that's something I would love to share with y'all. I'm about to go to this job. I need to look at my maps right now because I'm just going off of heart right now and feeling it out, because I've been to this project so many times. Hey, thanks for the like, thanks for the share, thanks for the viewers that have been coming in here. It's your boy Mosh hopping off of this live with you. It's been great covering this. Every week I go live here, and I'm coming up with a frequency of how often I'm going to be posting on here, what content I'm going to be posting. I love doing the lives. I feel like that's just who I am when I do the lives, recording and things like that. It's been more of a process of, you know, like all the editing, all that fancy dancy schmancy stuff. That's just what the process has been like. But nonetheless, y'all, your boy Maj is gonna be out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.